Hey there, everybody. Okay, so we're now on round 7, and I hope I've sold you a little bit on how great this war is. I'm hoping that I've been doing my job properly in that respect. Because this really is just... From here out, things get real. Things get real. I'm at a loss for words for how real things are going to get. In terms of complications and things coming together and plot devices being laid. So, let's begin. Marduk is not happy. Someone who made his computer is going to send Data Silver Sable to fight Maleficent and Pete. I guess this is the time right now. So as you all know, I have been very good at giving mature and honest opinions on all things related to Square Enix in the past. Okay, this is at best sarcasm and at worst blatant lies. I've been on both sides of the rabid arguments about Square Enix things and Kingdom Hearts in particular. And I'm at a point now where, I think there are good things and there are bad things about it, and some kind of neutral. So I guess as those things come up, then I can say my opinions on them individually. Like Maleficent and Pete, their role is kind of cool. I don't like how they've been downgraded and awesome at some points, but, it's still a multi-crossover where Maleficent's the big bad, and how can you argue with that? So here we got the Headless Horseman versus Deadpool. Now, Deadpool's kind of one thing that everyone can agree is awesome. I haven't even really seen or read anything with Deadpool in it, and everyone's kind of making me love him by telling me about how awesome he is. Remember how I said there's one Marvel villain who you'd expect to live longer in a Marvel tournament, but doesn't? Yeah, that was the end of Deadpool right there. And I don't even really know if he's a villain. He's complicated. Deadpool's complicated. Why should Deadpool be simple? What fun is there in making sense? Okay, I had to get my one Discord quote in, you know it. So, Rourke versus Red Skull. I think this is kind of interesting, because, the other tournaments, well, Disney versus non-Disney in particular, puts Rourke, on the same team as Ratcliffe and Frollo, because he kind of fits that mold. I mean, he's more tech than magic oriented, and he's kind of a bigot, against the Atlanteans. But here we're actually putting him directly against all of them. I've always said that I never know exactly what to call this method of death, and everyone's like, it's crystallization. So okay, it's crystallization. I'm gonna stop referring to that as whatever happened to Rourke. Why have one trident when you can have all the tridents? Ursula versus Abomination now. Abomination is stronger than the tridents. I don't know if this is because they were weak photocopies, or if this is because Abomination is truly that powerful. As it stands, Ursula doesn't much need the trident. Hello again, Loki. Enter the Archmage. Oh, Archmage. Oh, Archmage. Okay, so, when I first watched Gargoyles, I didn't like this guy on first meeting. I liked him, almost immediately after he was introduced. I just couldn't stand the fact there was this guy who's a bigger threat than David Xanatos, and planned it for longer than David Xanatos in the same universe. Oh, and Loki's got the Eye of Odin, which means that the Archmage is unstable. So it's actually my headcanon, and I've made a couple really, really bad, crappy vids, one in particular, about this concept where, in the Aladdin series, Mosenrath was raised by a sorcerer named Disdain, who was supposedly more powerful than Jafar. And he died because Mosenrath became more powerful, overtook him, and zombified him. So we never get to see him. We get this Archmage from Gargoyles who doesn't have a name. I'm going with the fact that these two are the same guy. And so it's always been my headcanon. That guy's actually the sorcerer of the land of the Black Sands, who was actually able to scare Jafar, but then was zombified by Moses. And we had the Horn King, just a dispatch of Morbius there. Dispatch Morbius, dispose of Morbius. It's not dispatch of. Jacey, what are you talking? But Morbius is about to break free, which is not smart when you're in a room full of A-lister Disney villains. What did he really think he was going to accomplish? Especially with Tremaine. Don't muck with Tremaine. Abomination suffered a humiliating defeat. Ursula is still at a perfect win streak. Oh, look. It's Team Loki. Loki's machinations are reaching farther and farther. And they've literally got Adolf Hitler on their team now. And are planning to basically destroy everyone who they don't consider part of their racial perfect ideal, which, you know, when you combine those four, should leave about one person on Earth who's good enough. And Loki has the Eye of Odin now. Ha ha ha, fridge brilliance, Eye of Odin! It actually took me a while to get that. I watched it and I was like, Loki has the Eye of Oh, I see what you did there. And enter the Huntsman. I love the Huntsman. I was okay on him at first, but these wars and then going over American Dragon again, my love for him is exponentially increased. And Mandarin has reached the final stop on his road trip. He got all his rings back. It's time to re-enter the conflict. Alright, let's keep going.